Thank you, Rabbi. Good evening. Ignoring Kaddish in all its forms and acting as a coda for our prayers, Aleinu is the most frequently recited prayer in our liturgy. It's recited at the end of the 3 daily services, in the middle of the Rosh Hashanah Musaf, at the end of Kiddush Levana, and after a circumcision. This is a very confident and idealistic prayer, a very positive prayer, making assured and definite statements. Read out loud, it has a strong rhythm, a real beat, particularly in the first paragraph. It gives it a feeling of confidence and grandeur. Despite its grandeur, the text starts off very much on a personal level. It doesn't say it is Israel's duty. He has not made Israel like other nations. Israel bend the knee. Rather, it says, it is our duty. He has not made us like other nations. We bend the knee in worship. The first paragraph tells us our duty. It tells us we have been singled out for responsibility. It praises the power and glory of Hashem. It stresses his existence and unity. And then moves on to the sovereignty of Hashem, Elohim and Melech, Hashem and King, the two attributes which we most frequently use in the prayer and praise of Hashem. Then the prayer takes on a different turn. In the second paragraph, it goes universal. It looks to the world in general. Whilst the first paragraph has made us look inwards on ourselves, the second paragraph looks outwards to all the inhabitants of the world. It prays for a time when everyone will acknowledge and welcome Hashem's rule. No mention of destroying the wicked, but of turning evildoers back to him. This is an old prayer. Its early origin is evidenced by the explicit mention of bowing and kneeling, practices associated with the temple. But it has no mention of exile or desire to return Israel or restore Israel or the temple. A folkloric tradition attributes the prayer to Joshua at the time of his conquest of Jericho. However, an alternative view is that it was written by the men of the Great Synagogue, the religious leaders in the period after return from the first exile in Babylon. That is, during the Second Temple period. That would place it somewhere between 500 and 350 BCE. There are several reasons this date seems likely. It refers to the temple service of the ritual prostration without praying that it should be restored. The phrase, the Supreme King of Kings, has a very Persian ring to it. There is a general optimistic tone to the prayer that fits well with the idea that it was written during a period of great national and religious optimism. Its first appearance is in the manuscript of the Rosh Hashanah liturgy by the Babylonian Talmudic sage Abba Arika, the Rav. Abba Arika, Abba Bar Ibo, was a composer of Putiyim, prayer poems. Some attribute to Arika the authorship, or at least the revising of Aleinu. It's interesting to note that the Yom Noraim liturgy was written long before there was a fixed order for the daily prayers. The Rav included it in the Rosh Hashanah Musaf service as a prologue to the Malachit, the section dealing praises Hashem's sovereignty, the kingship portion of the Amidah. This is the first of the 3 sections during which we sound the shofar. Originally, Aleinu was referred to as Tekiah Devel Rav, the shofar prayer of Rav. In Blois, France, in 1117, it is alleged that a number of Jews, reportedly 34 men and 17 women, were burned at the stake for refusing to renounce their faith. They are said to have gone into their deaths bravely singing Aleinu to a soul-stirring melody, which astonished the executioners. Some have suggested that this act of martyrdom inspired the adoption of Aleinu into the daily liturgy. But Aleinu is already found at the end of the daily Shachrit in Machzor Vitry, authored by Simcha ben Samuel of Vitry, who died in 1105, well before 1171. At that time, it was read only at the end of Shachrit. and only later started to be read also at the end of Mincha and Marav. It seems to me a pity that Aleinu so often seems to be taken so very casually now. Perhaps little more than a formula for which to end the service, a cue for mourners to say Kaddish, or for an Exodus to prepare Kiddush. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for that, Morris. I missed a little bit of it because I was running around looking after little kids. But just wishing you all the very, very best. And Shabbat Shalom, always look forward to your Divrei Torah. And something a little bit there about Aleinu. And I think it's wonderful. Thank you. And it has a connection, of course, with Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Thank you. Shkoyach. Thank you very, very much. Okay, let's go further. We're going to start with Yedid Nefesh. And Yedid Nefesh should be found on page 256. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you our screen, but hold on. Maybe that won't show it. No, I don't think I can. Maybe I can. No, I can't. Oh, let's go on to that one again. Oh, maybe that's the wrong one. It's a prayer for the royal family. If I go on to that one, I've got it. I hope you can all see that. Let's start with Yedid Nefesh, as I said, page 256. Yedid Nefesh, Aforachamon, Meshor Chavtecha, Eretzoinecha, Yahadut Tzavtecha, Kamo Yishtachave, Mulatadecha, Yedaflo, Yedidoisecha, Minofetzu, Vechol Toah, Adonai, Ziv Haolam, Nafshi Cholas, Avosecha, Ameleno, Lefanalo, V'Haislo, Noam Zivecha, Ostis Chazek, V'Sis Rapek, V'Hayesalam, Simcha Solam, V'Sik Yemuna, Rachamecha, V'Chusana, Al Beinahu Becha, Ki Zekama, Nixafti, Lidos Besiferes, Ozecha, Eile Chamda Libi, V'Chusana, V'Altin Salam, Higadena, Upedois Chavivi Alai, Etzukas Shaloi Mecha, Tayedet Mikvaydecha, Nagina Benismechava, Maherehov, Kiva Moed, V'chaneinu, Kimei Olam, La 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 la, did mama, did mama, ya da die, did mama, did mama, did mama, ya da die, did mama, did mama. The mama, ya die, the mama, the mama, the mama, yo, the ya, die, Didi mama, didi nine 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 nine. Didi mama, yana nine nine nine. Didi mama, mama, mama. Didi mama, didi mama. Didi mama, yana nine nine nine. Didi mama, didi mama. Didi mama, ya. Page 258. La Diana Naria Letzo Yishenu the Kabma Fana Besoyada is me those Naria Loi Kiagadala the Kodala him I shall be other Metrike Arits with Sarim Loi I shall hello I young who are Sahu be a basic Yada Yatsaru but Nistache and Nichra Niftakan if they had to sending Kira the Hinavana Amma with so it's on Yada Yomi Mekadesishma I'll talk to you about him in Riva Yoma Sapa me by Shenisina for Sechem Bechanuni Kama Ufani Abayim Shana Akot Badam Baoma Am Toile Vavheim Veheim Lo Yadu Dachai Asher Nishpati Viapi Im Yavayum Amanu Chasi Shivu Ladoyanai Shir Chada Shivu Ladoyanai Kol Haaretz Shivu Ladoyanai Baruch Shema Pasur miyom le yom Yeshu osoi Sapru v'goyim kavoidoi V'chol ha'amim nifla oisav Ki gadol Adonai Omuhu lam ba'oid Noi rahu Al kol Elohim lai Ki kol Elohei ha Ami melilim v'Adonai shomayim v'asa Hoid v'hata lefano v'os v'siferes v'mikdasha Havu l'Adonai Mizbachai samim havu l'Adonai Kavod v'osai havu l'Adonai Kavod shemo Sayom mincha U'ba'ul lechatzroi Sav lai Shtachavu l'Adonai Tachat ras kodesh Chilu mipanov Kol ha'aretz Imu v'goyim Adonai Moloch Aftikon tevel Ba'al timot Ya'adina min b'meisharim Yismachu Shamayim v'zagel haaretz Yeram hayam Omalayoy Ya'aloi Sodai V'chol asher boy Ay Oz Yerananu Kolat Seyo Alifnei Adonai Kiva Lishboi Ta'aretz Lishboi Tevel Betzedek Ve'amim Ve'emunosoi La Deny Yamamamamamai Adonai Malach Tagel Haaretz Yismachu Iyim Rabbi Manam V'Lafel Tzevivav Tzedek U'Mitzvat B'Chon Kisoi Eifil Fanov Teilech Uslahit Soviv Zorav Hey Lifnei Adonai Milifnei Adon Kol Haaretz Yikutu Hashamayim Sikoi V'La'u Kol Ha'amim Kavoidoi Yevoshu Kol Ovdei Fesel Hamis Halelim Be'elilim Yishtachavu Loi Kol Elohim Shama V'Titzmach Sion V'Takel Na B'Nois Yehuda למען משפטיך אדוני, כי אתה אדוני עליון על כל הארץ, להיות נעליך על כל אלוהים אוהבי אדוני, סנורה, שומע נפשוס חסידיו, מיד רשעים יצילם, זרו על הצדיק, ולגשלי שמחה, שמחו צדיקים אדוני, והודו לזכר קודשו, מזמור שיר לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלא עשה שם שיר לא ימינו עזר קודשו, הודי אדוני ישוע עשה, נהגון כי לא סיכו סחר חסדו ואמונו עשה לבית ישראל ולכל ארצי ארץ, איזה ישוע עשה לנו, הביאו לאדוני כל הארץ בזכורנו זמנו אדוני בחינו וכל זמרו, בחצות ישראל וכל שייפה. הביאו לפני המלך אדוני, ירמה ימונוי, תבל וישבו, נהר ושמחה וכף, יחד הרים ילנינו לפני אדוני קיבו, נשבע את הארץ, ישבע תבל בצדק, ועמים במישרים. אדוני מלך יקוזו עמים, יושי כלובים תנות הארץ, אדוני בציון גדול, ורמהו על כל העמים יודו שמך גדול ונודע קדוש הוא, ויועז מלך משפט אהב, אתה כוננת מישרים, משפט וצדקה ביעקב, אתה עושי סלום אמור, אדוני אלוהינו משתחוו, לאדון רגליו קודש הוא. משה ויהרון בכהנוף, ושמואל בקודש שמור, קוראים אל אדוני, והוא יענן. עמוד ענן ידבר עליהם, שמרו עדי סוף וחייק, נוסן למועד. אדוני אלוהינו, אתה הניצם, אל נושא היצא להם, ונקם על אלוהיהם, רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו לקודשו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו, מזמור לדוד, עבוד אדוני בני אלים, עבוד אדוני כבוד ועוז לילה, עבוד אדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדלת קודש, כל אדוני עמויים אל הכבוד הירים, אדוני עמים רבים, כל אדוני בכויח לילה, כל אדוני בהודו, כל אדוני שווה אלוהים, וישבע אדוני את עזי הלבנון, ויקדם כמו עגל לבנון, וסריון כמו בן ראם לילה, כל אדוני חפץ להברצק, כל אדוני יאכל מבו, יאכל אדוני מבקודש, כל אדוני יאכל לעליון, ויחסו ירוס, ובהיכלו כולו עומד כבוד, לילה אדוני למה בו ישב וישב, אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום. לך דודי. Page 266. L'chadoidi likras kalo, penei Shabbos nekabalo. L'chadoidi likras kalo, penei Shabbos nekabalo. Shamo v'zocho, b'dibo echad yishmiyanu. El Hamyuchad Adonai Echad Ushmo Yechad L'Shem U'L'Siferes V'Lis Hilai L'Echadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo L'Ikras Shabbos L'Chu V'Nelecha Ki Himeko Habarach Amei Rosh Mikedem Nasuka Sof Maaseh B'Machshavat Tchila L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo Mikdash Melech Imalucha Kum Yitzai Mitoicha Hapecho Rav Noch Sheves B'Yemek Habocha V'Hu Yachamol Ola Yechem Lo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo Hisna Avi Meyofaku Miliv Shibitei Sifavatecha Mial Yad Ben Yishai Beis Alachmi Kovan El Nafshi Geyalo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo Hisayreri Kiva Oyrech Komi Oyri Ori Shita Beidi Kavoid Adonai Olayich Niglo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo. Change to Loi Sevoishi Veloisi Kami Ma Tishtochachi Oma Tehemi Bo Hochechesu Ani Yami Venifnesa Ihi Altilo Lai L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo Yom HaYulim Shisa Shoyisayich V'Rochaku Kol Mevaloyich Yosisalayich Elohayich Kimsais Chasana Kalo Lai L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo Lai Yom Imusmal Tiflohitzi Yes, Adonai Tavitzi Lai Al Yahadish Vem Pahatzi Vahanis Macha Venoki Hilai L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo Lai Dai Pori V'Shalom Ateles Ba'alo Gam B'Simcha Ubetzahalo Lai Tochemuhune Amsekuhula Bori Chalo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo L'Chadoiti L'Hikras Kalo Penei Shabbos Nekabalo. I'm just going to do one extra one today. This is from the Friday night service for Shomru. Now, I've got to start low because it goes very high. And this is my problem. I sometimes go too high. And here it goes. It's Vishamul, page 282, second paragraph. I just thought it's a nice thing to sing for a Friday night. Now, there's different tunes that we use in shul. Sometimes we do Visham Rivenei Yisrael, which is like a standard one. Sometimes we do the Gateshead one, which is Visham Rivenei Yisrael, it's a Shabbos. There's, or there is the Rosenblatt one, which is Visham Rivenei Yisrael. There's one I really, really like, and it goes like this. Amaru v'nei Yisrael et ha'shabbat la'asot et ha'shabbat l'donatam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti li'olam Ishet yamim asa Hashem et hashamayim v'et haaretz Bayom Hashavini Shalom Shalom Okay, now we go on to Yigdal. Yigdal is on page 12. Please join in with me as we do this. I can't see everybody. Let's put everybody on gallery so I can see everybody. Hold on. That's it. Yigdal. Join in join into this. At home. Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach nimtzo v'yehinei sel metziuso echad v'yen yochid keyichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof liyachduso einoi damos hagov v'yehinago lo na'aroi chelav kedushoso kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra Shon v'yein reishis l'reishis so hino adon olam l'chol nohotza yoreketu laso malchuso sheva nevuaso nesano elan sheisekulo v'sifatoy l'kam be'Yisrael k'mo sheyon navi u'mahabit testemunoso Torah emes No sanlia moel, al yad neviyon emam beisoy. No yachali foel, velo yamir dasoy. Liyo lamim lezuloso. So fe biyodea, sesorenu, mabit lesof dava bekat mosoy. Gomel liyish chesed, kamifalo. No sein the Ashara. Kerishaso, Yishlach leketz yomim, Meshichenu, Niftos mechakeketz Yeshuaso, Meisim yachayel, V'doiv chasto, Baruch adeyat, Shem tehilasoi, Meisim yachayel, V'doiv chasto, Baruch adeyat, Shem tehilasoi.
Go ahead, Rabbi.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Boris.
Shalom. Thank you, Moses.
Shabbat shalom to everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Rabbi. Tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Oh,
Shalom,
by the way,
everybody.
can I just remind everybody, just for a second, there is a book of condolences that anybody wants to sign in there. You can sign in there at any stage. I just want to tell you that. You know.
Rabbi.
Not on
Where
Shabbat.
is it? What is it?
Not on Shabbat.